Hey guys, thank you so much for joining me for this short Samhain celebration. So Samhain, or Halloween, is the celebration of the harvest festival. It's also a time where it's said that the veil between the living and the dead is pretty thin. So we're going to be extending out gratitude for the people that surround us, but also the people that maybe are no longer around. And we're going to let that gratitude work through us, through them, and eventually sending that out into the world. My little disclaimer is that we will be doing a lot of heart opening postures in preparation for a meditation that is going to mention perhaps lost loved ones and relatives. So if you are in a place that is vulnerable, or you've suffered a recent loss, maybe either skip this practice or come into it with a very open mind and accepting of where you are, and you're always welcome to stop, switch off, and you can always come back to it later if you do decide that you want to. So it's a very internal perspective practice, and we will be finishing with meditation, so bring along any comfies, pillows, hot drinks, anything that feels good. If you wanted to bring some complementary crystals, some Smokey Quartz, black Obsidian and Hematite are going to be really good for the grounding and protective energies of this practice. And if you wanted to bring any oils, Rosemary or sage are going to be really good for, again, that intuitive connection to the spiritual and psychic realm. So I really hope you enjoy this practice. Let me know what you think. Have a wonderful Samhain celebration, and I will see you soon. Namaste. Hi guys, okay, so welcome to your Samhain Halloween ritual to celebrate the harvest season and to celebrate our loved ones, where we really radiate warmth and gratitude for those around us. As I mentioned, this practice is going to be a little bit different. We're not going to do too many postures, and those that we are going to be a bit more restorative, focusing on opening the heart and creating that inner warmth within our bellies. So you may want a couple of bolsters, pillows, blankets, whatever you need to get comfortable. You may also want a nice hot cup of tea or hot chocolate, anything that really makes you feel warm and cozy inside. So really allowing yourself to indulge a little bit more into this practice. So we're going to start today laying down on our backs. If you want the pillow underneath your neck, you're welcome to have that. If you have tight hips, you may want a couple of blocks nearby. So we're actually going to start with the knees bent and the soles of the feet pressed together as the knees gently draw open to the side. And I recommend placing one hand on your belly, one hand on your heart. And just feeling into the rhythm of your heart, the rhythm of your breath. Noticing where we are finding the depth of the breath in the ribs, the belly. And just knowing that in this space there's no right or wrong way to breathe, no right or wrong way to be. Instead, we just are. As we lay here, we can set our intention for our Samhain festival. And for me, that is sending love and gratitude for my friends, my family, for my loved ones. The loved ones that are here now and the loved ones that have left this plane. Feeling gratitude for the powerful influence they've had on my life. Maybe your intention is something along the lines of gratitude or warmth. You can always just practice creating that internal warmth within your own body. I'm just going to hold here for another breath, letting that intention settle in and letting it go. And then using your hands, gently draw your knees back through center and just hug your knees into the chest. So this is a little bit more of an active belly breathing, diaphragmatic breathing. So just taking those knees in as tight as feels good for you. If you have any pelvic floor dysfunction, abdominal separation, or if you're just feeling a bit bloated or nauseous today, you may not want to come into this to the full expression. But otherwise, as we breathe in, we're going to feel the belly pushing against the surface of your thighs. And as you exhale, you let the belly soften as perhaps you draw the knees slightly closer towards the shoulders. And you're going to feel this internal abdominal pressure build as we breathe. Maybe allowing the eyes to close if you feel safe. This movement, this deep breathing, stimulates digestion and allows us to create that inner warmth within the body. But if nothing else, hopefully it feels quite relaxing. When we breathe deep into the belly, it stimulates the parasympathetic nervous system and it tells our mind we're ready to relax. So the deeper you breathe, the more relaxed you'll feel in this posture. We'll just take one last deep breath in. And deep breath out. Now, if you have a sensitive spine, you may just want to roll to the right-hand side and press up to a seat. If, like me, a little bit of movement along the spine feels quite good, you might want to take 1 or 2 rocks along the length of the spine, just enjoying that gentle massage again. And then rocking all the way up to seated, just come to a comfortable cross-legs position. And just bringing your hands to your knees, we're going to take a little bit of churning to once again work into the low belly as we stimulate that fire, that warmth, that internal radiation. So palms face down, and you may want to start quite subtle. I like to imagine that I'm tracing a diamond on the base of my pelvis. So those 4 points of connection as we go around. And you can switch, go the other direction as well. As you become more comfortable with these movements, it might feel nice to add in the shoulders, the neck. Just be sure to go both directions if you're freestyling a little bit. This is about feeling good, opening the heart, sending those feelings of gratitude to our entire bodies, but also to those around us. And once you finish this next round of breath, just bring yourself back to a neutral position through the spine. And then just take a nice deep breath in. And a deep breath out. And we're going to do a little bit of cat-cow arms. So we're just going to bring the elbows in front, so they're kind of 90 degrees. And you have the option to just add in the arms, or you can add in the entire length of the spine as well. So I'll turn so you can see a little bit better what's going on. As we inhale, we're going to cactus the arms, bring them wide with the option to lift the chin, lift the chest, lift the gaze. And as we exhale, we're going to bring the forearms together with the option to bring your chin to your chest as you round the spine. And keep flowing with your own breath. And then as we inhale, bring yourself back to a neutral position. Release those arms down by the side. Just give them a little roll. And we're going to roll over to hands and knees. And we're going to come into heart-melting posture. So this is, remember, a slightly more restorative practice. So if you prefer to bring a pillow with you for this one, you're of course welcome to do that. With your hips stacked over your knees, take a breath in. And as we exhale, walk those hands forwards. As we release the forehead down to the earth, the pillow, let your chest melt down towards the earth. And imagine with each passing breath that the muscles that surround your heart space are opening a little bit more, creating more space for love to expand in your body. Just take another deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Now, if your spine, your shoulders are pretty healthy, you can just drop your elbows down and kind of slide forward into Sphinx pose. If you need to come out and then come back in, of course, you can do so as well. Elbows are stacked under your shoulders or slightly forwards if you have sensitive lower back. And keep pushing those forearms into the earth to lift your heart, lift your chest. Let your ankles roll open so your glutes are soft. And just feel your heart opening. Keep your chin expanding forwards, your throat is open. And if you have sensitive neck, you may just want to stay with this position for the next few rounds of breath. Otherwise, if it feels good, you can bring your chin towards your right shoulder. And then as you come through center, bring your chin to your chest. Just hold there for a moment. Keep pushing those forearms into the earth. And then come back through center and bring your left ear towards your left shoulder, stretching gently through the right side of the throat. And then bring your chin to your chest. Just really enjoy that release through the back of the neck. And then for our last breath, only if it feels good, you can lift your chin. And then release down. Stack your forearms. Release your forehead down. And we're going to make our way into broken wing pose. If you have sensitive shoulders, take this one very mindfully. We're going to bring our right arm out to the side, either kind of a capital T position, or you can have it bent 90 degrees. And then from there, we're going to bring the left fingertips under the left shoulder as we roll to the right side of the body. And you may just want to kind of stack your legs, or you can bring your left toes behind you to support like a little kickstand. Option to keep the left arm forwards, or you can release your left hand to your sacrum, your lower back, so you get a gentle stretch through your left shoulder as well. Really feeling the muscles around your heart opening, your chest opening. And then when you're ready, bring your left palm under your left shoulder, just gently unroll, come back through center. You may want to take a breath or two back at the center point, maybe even shake those hips a little side to side. And then when you're ready, bring your left arm out to either capital T or that cactus position, left ear to the floor, with your right fingertips under your right shoulder, just gently rolling to the left. And again, you can have your legs stacked, or eventually maybe your right toes tap behind you. Right fingertips can stay where they are, or they can reach for your sacrum and your low back. Just making sure there's no sharpness or pain in the shoulders here. Really feeling into the posture. And when you're ready, just gently unroll, bring your right palm under your right shoulder, come back through center, bring both hands under your shoulders as we lift up and press back to child's pose. If you prefer, you can take embryo pose, bringing the arms back and alongside the body. And in this way, we honor the cycle of life from the embryo pose, from the start, from birth. We're going to transition to corpse pose, coming to lay down on our backs in Shavasana. So you can just shift your hips to the side, extend your legs out. This is your opportunity to get really comfortable. So I always like to bring a pillow underneath the back of my neck for these slightly longer reclined meditations. If you have a bolster, you can even bring it onto the backs of your thighs. And if you have a blanket, even better. You can release your arms alongside the body with the palms of the hands facing up. Just start by scanning your body. Notice if you're holding on to any tension through the joints or through the muscles. And where possible, soften through these spaces, allowing your body to sink a little bit lower into the earth. Feel a sense of heaviness wash over you as you become immersed into the space that surrounds you. Feel your breath naturally regulate, and your mind becomes still. And then I want you to visualize a space around you, a cozy space, a space in which you feel safe and secure. Maybe this is a space in your home or where you grew up, really take in your surroundings. Maybe indulge in the warmth of a fire or some cozy blankets. Notice the senses, the smells, the tastes. Notice the sounds around you. And I want you to imagine that in front of you, in your favorite mug, you have a warm, hot drink. This can be any drink. But just even looking, smelling, holding the cup within your hands radiates warmth through your entire body. And as you hold the cup, you softly take a sip. You feel this warm elixir traveling through your throat, down into your belly. And this warmth begins to expand out through to each cell of your being, each muscle of your body, until you begin to feel alive, warm. You feel this gratitude radiating out through your entire being. And just at the point where you feel so warm that it's going to begin to flood out of you, someone you love walks in. And this can be a friend, a family member, or a pet. And as you see them, the warmth begins to spread to their being. They too are lit up by this internal and external warmth. This feeling of love begins to radiate through them, and you share in this moment of indulgence together. And just as the two of you sit there basking in your warmth, you invite the door open to anyone that is no longer with us. This can be friends, family, or a pet. And as you open the door, the feeling of loss begins to create a presence in the space. A poignant bittersweet as you extend the space to those that are no longer here. And you can invite in those friends, those family members, and send the warmth to them. Feel it expand beyond you, beyond space, and invite these feelings of love to shadow over the feelings of loss, and instead embracing the warmth, the radiating gratitude that you share with all. I invite you to please stay resting here, enjoying this sense of stillness, this contentment with those around you. If you have the time, perhaps using this opportunity for reflection as you celebrate the Samhain celebration. When you are ready to release, just gently bringing yourself back into space, refamiliarizing yourself with your senses, bringing some gentle movements back through to the tips of the fingers, the tips of the toes. And when you're ready, gently stretching out and making your way up to a seat. Thank you all so much for joining me for this Samhain celebration. I hope you all have a wonderful transition, and wishing you love and light through the rest of your day today. Namaste.